As the saying goes, the truth will set you free. But in jurisdictions around the world, the truth about offenders is frequently ignored, mislaid, or siloed. Abilis Solutions has developed an offender management solution called Chorus that harnesses the power of information to aid rehabilitation, improve safety, and reduce recidivism, as Jarrett Hill reports.
For Robert Hogue, figuring out the best way to serve inmates while in prison comes down to getting to know the individual offender's data, and then using that data to tailor ways to rehabilitate them.
Well, you need the offender information, I think, for one thing, to establish a relationship with the client, which is really important. If you really are intervene, if you're going to try to have an impact on the individual, you have to know something about them, be familiar with their situation and so forth. The information is also important from the point of view of establishing risk. We're always concerned with risk for criminal activity, risk for violent criminal activity, and so forth. And to make those estimates of risk, you have to have information about the client.
When it comes to these methods, Hogue says that collaboration across departments is key to seeing results. According to him, the measure of success is in how many people are able to stay out of the system once they leave it.
If we see reductions in reoffending rates, then we think positive change has been made. If we see increases in reoffending rates, then there's something negative going on. But in the research at any rate, there are different kind of measures, but in the research, the most meaningful measures are reoffending or crime rates.
About 2.5 hours from Ottawa, there's a team of people for whom this type of data collection and its analyzation is their daily focus.
There's a strong and growing point of view in countries around the world that punitive detention doesn't work. But one company here in downtown Montreal believes that rehabilitative detention will work, and that they have the answer.
My primary responsibilities at Abilis are focused on understanding the market and understanding the needs of corrections agencies around the world.
This is Ken McGovern of Montreal-based Abilis Solutions. Abilis has rolled out an information system called Chorus for corrections agencies aimed at being more comprehensive in the way it addresses the needs of both corrections leadership and the offenders in their care. Beyond basic information about what the specific offender may have done, where they're from, and how long they'll be there, Ken says it also helps with a lot more.
They do a classification and assessment of that individual multiple times throughout the course of the year so that you can really understand what types of programs does this individual need to be able to, again, be effectively rehabilitated and to ensure that they can then structure those programs, monitor participation in those programs, and guide that individual to take on the skills and create a desire for that individual to be successful back out in the community.
According to Eric Legoff, the head of Abilis, Chorus is a comprehensive, secure system that integrates many fields of information for tracking and continuity across various levels of corrections. One of the features they showed off tracks an offender's visitation for the sake of monitoring and eliminating gang coordination.
Here, you can see that this offender I'm looking at has been visited by this visitor that also visited this offender that is known as being a gang member.
So what I'm hearing you say is this is the central offender and this is the person that visited them, and this shows us that this visitor has also met with a person that's another offender in another location that's also a gang member.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So you're creating the network of, from an offender point of view, the network of people visiting him and those people visiting as well the other offenders.
So by just looking at this kind of at a glance, we can see that this offender is connected to 4 other gang members by the visitations that they have.
Exactly.
The people here at Abilis believe that the use of important information, working in concert with the various agencies across corrections, will improve the lives of offenders and reduce recidivism.
The new and innovative uses of data and how it can be used still has its job cut out for it when it comes to mainstream acceptance. Professor Hogue says people just need to know about it.
A lot of the public believes in a punitive kind of approach, but that doesn't work. It just really causes more trouble than anything, and it's very expensive, but you just have to present the argument to the public. And if you do that, I think the public will come around to change their attitudes, which will eventually have an impact on elected politicians.